and their oversight and their intrusion into the elected process. But it comes back to us getting involved at the community level, school boards, city council, taking back this country one step at a time. What separates me? I've been doing it for 25 years. I'm the first of 10 kids. I was taught to make a difference, and I have, both at the state, national, and local levels. I just don't talk it, I actually do it. Talk about insurance reform, you're talking to the guy right here. Anti-exemptions, or the exemptions that insurance companies get, I'm the guy that walked it. I took on my own profession, the American Dental Association, to get that through. Changing, getting involved. Changing, mentoring kids to understand the light at the end of the tunnel that we gave away. And getting it back. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. We'll take it one step at a time. Thank you.
Thank you. Joe?
I guess the first question is, either you have to read into that question to answer it, and maybe that's somebody alluding to going back to having senators elected at the state level. And that's something I think that could start through 1070, and if we get a lot of momentum, I think that's something that possibly could change through the states, and that would have to be amended through at the state level. I think that's what that question is, other than I don't understand it. What distinguishes me? What distinguishes me is I am the only uninvited guest to this party. Again, I defer to the economist that says I don't play in the sandbox well. Go back to my website, votejoeforreform.com, take my video, and from day one, I've told you I'm a clear contrast. I'm going to fight for we the people, not we the special interest groups. And I am, I think, a response to what is happening in America. We're $13 trillion in debt, and we've sent lawyers and lobbyists that have been telling us they're going to fix it since 1964. It hasn't happened. It's time to send a father of five from Cottonwood, Arizona, a guy that had enough political courage to get up and say, hey, I don't like the direction of my country, I don't like the direction of my party. So again, please do your homework, votejoeforreform.com. Thank you.
Thank you. John?
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, but I think some of us kind of did keep our eyes and weren't watching very carefully. And I think there is a little bit of attitude of, well, why should I even vote? And I did vote every year. I mean, every chance I've had, I did vote. And I can understand why some people worry about that. But I still think it works. I was elected once as a county school superintendent in Greeley County, and I felt I did a lot for that school office. But some of the constituents didn't agree with that after the year 2000, and I lost. But I still think the voting process works, and that it's the best way in America. Could it be better? Yes. 80%, like I said, could vote. And I would like to see that. We need a revolution almost in the voting process of people's thinking. My thinking, too, is I have a family. I've been married 33 years. My two sons went and fought over in Iraq and were there. They would have died for their country. It's very important that we get it back in perspective, that we don't just kind of sleep and go through this in a lackadaisical attitude. I feel like I was kind of lost not being more progressive, more active in the process when these people were getting elected. And I wish in our last election, the Republican lost by 40,000 votes. I don't know if you guys have checked it, but that's what they lost by in District 1. We have a lot of work to do. We have to do a lot of work. We've got to get our relatives and other people involved, and we need to do a good job. I feel like I've got some various groups. I actually work on the Navajo Reservation. Sometimes they can swing a vote. I feel I have a diverse background working in education, and I have a lot of different people all across the state, I think, would support me. We need those extra 40,000 votes. We need to be able to beat out this attitude of socialism that's going to come and take over our country if we don't get active. We need to be found, not lost.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the audience for your thought-provoking questions. We're now going to go to our closing statements. Each candidate